Alright guys, welcome back to the Taj Mahal. It's now Monday the 12th of February and we've made our stop at Home Depot and picked up a few supplies for today's event, which is stripping the bonnet of the 68 Triumph TR250. There it is, all ready to go up on the stands. I wasn't initially going to remove the body over, but I've made enough room to get around it well enough, so we're just going to leave it there and forego moving the body over. Plus I'm feeling a little bit lazy today, to be honest with you. So we picked up some sticky discs from my DA. These are 40 grit. I have also 80 grit here. We picked up these quick strip discs for the angle grinder, and we've got a couple flap discs here. We got our respirators, particulate respirators, dust masks if you want to call them, and we've got our angle grinder and our DA standing by. So we're just about to go to town on this hood slash bonnet to see what we've got underneath. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it's not going to look too bad. So we'll just wait for the compressor to finish charging up, and then we'll go to it. I don't know how much I'll be able to video. I might give you a few shots here and there through the process, but it's going to be awfully dusty in here, so we'll probably put the camera in a Ziploc bag just to keep it somewhat protected, and we'll go to town. Well, that didn't take long, about 3 minutes in. First spot I've touched so far. Got a major dent, major Bondo. I don't know if you can see how thick that is. I figured there was a lot of Bondo in here, so we're not disappointed. Anyway, we'll continue on. So generally my concept, or the way I go about removing paint when I'm not using stripper, is I'll use the angle grinder with a flap disc on initially, just to take the top layer of paint off and some of the Bondo below. Then I'll go back and I'll hit it with the DA just to basically knock down some more of the paint and to get down to the Bondo layer. And then what I tend to do is use the fiber disc the rest of the way down, so you don't get lots of cuts in the metal or deep depressions that you need to fill later from the angle grinder, or even if you're using the edge of the DA, sometimes you can sort of make some pretty serious marks in the metal below. So I find the fiber discs do well, especially on contours like this area here. I wouldn't want to use the angle grinder because you end up digging into the metal. So I find those fiber discs or the stripping discs work much better in that location. Anyway, we'll continue on. Not the easiest of work, but it's got to be done. Making progress. Trying to do the hard parts first, this big curve in the headlight eyebrows. So we're doing those first. We're going to do that carburetor hump next, and then we just got the flat bits to do. So concentrating on the hard parts first, and we'll finish it off with the easy parts, we hope. Alright guys, we're on the home stretch. We've been at it for about an hour and a half or so. So we got about a quarter of the hood left, and it's the flat part, so it should be a little bit easier going. So hopefully another half an hour or so we'll have her done. It's a little dusty out here, can't even see the TV. Anyway, bonnet is looking good. Floor is looking pretty disgusting. Anyway, it's kind of funny that I started in that spot that I did, because really I didn't find anything else that wasn't expected, let's say. I knew there was going to be something going on over here. If you recall, that's where that folded lip was. So that doesn't actually look too bad. I expected a patch to be put in there. So there's one patch. There's where that Bondo was. So just a couple big dents here at the nose. I'm thinking I might need to borrow Ellen's Stinger to pull this out. We need a little slide hammer action on these. There's structure in behind there, so I can't get a hammer in. So I'm assuming that's why they just filled them with Bondo. So I may need to borrow that stud welder from him to pull those out. But other than that, looks like it might have a little lead over here. A little different color, but not bad. And the rest of it looks pretty darn good. There's a few dents here and there, nothing major. I still need to do a little cleaning here and there. But it cleaned up pretty well, as you can see. Need a little bit more finesse over here on this bulge, just to clean up the edges. But other than that, it looks pretty darn good. So I'm quite happy with that. It's probably the best panel on the whole car so far, which is a bit of a shocker. So anyway, I think what we'll do is we'll probably clean up this sail panel. I just started doing a little bit of grinding here. I've got a few spots here that are a little bit iffy. Anyway, we're going to maybe probably pull the windshield wiper rack out. I'm going to try to keep this vent lid as my sole survivor paint sample before I grind any paint off of that, because I want to try to find a paint color that's close to this color. But we'll try to clean this sail panel up a little bit anyway, just to get some of the glue and crap off of it. Then we'll put the hood back on the car. Alright guys, last update of the night. I'm very happy with the condition of the hood. So it does fit quite well. There is only a few issues, what I pointed out before. I do have one little concern up here as far as the fit. I did drop the buffers down a little bit, so that's pretty close to being where it needs to be. It can go down a little bit lower, and the buffers can go lower, which is good. However, this area here is a little bit low, so we'll have to play around with that. The rest of it looks pretty darn good. So it might be just a matter of trying to bend that up a little bit with some force. So we'll play around with that and we'll see if we can get that fitting a little bit better and just raise this area up and drop this corner down. So it's should be an easy fix, but we'll see. We'll have a look at that later on. Like I said, the gaps along the fender lines I'm very, very happy with. So that's good. Yeah, the car's looking really good. I'm quite happy so far. I've just been sitting out here looking at this side of it. You know, we've got that blue door on there, so I think what we're going to do is we'll finish stripping the door of the rest of the hardware. We'll take the door handle off and the locks out and take the mirror off. And then we'll get that door stripped down, and we'll continue getting the rest of the paint off the outside of the car, including the sail panel at the rear here as well. And we'll get rid of that red on the fender up there at the front, and we'll get rid of the rest of this paint back here. So anyway, we'll get her down pretty much cleaned up as far as we can go, as far as getting paint off is concerned. And I know we've got to do a little bit on the front valence as well to clean that up. So that'll be done for the exterior stripping of the car. As far as the body panels are concerned, we're getting pretty close to flipping the car over, taking it off the frame and flipping the body over and working on the bottom side. There's going to be some work that we need to do there. Some finish welding and obviously a lot of cleaning under. There's a lot of undercoating and rust under there that needs some attention. So we'll probably be doing that soon. But like I said, I think what we'll do next step-wise is just continue on removing paint. I do need to get some new stripping discs. We pretty much annihilated the two that I bought today. These are done. These are not cheap. They're about 11 or 12 bucks a piece. So anyway, we burned through a couple of those today. Anyway, I'm happy. So we'll call it a night, and we'll get back out here tomorrow like I'd mentioned, and we'll continue on with the project. That's it for now. Thanks for watching and subscribing, guys. Thanks for commenting. I'll talk to you later. Alright guys, welcome back to the Taj Mahal. It's now Monday the... Ow!